speech anyway. They do say actually that the best man's speech should be about as long as the groom takes to make love. So on that note, I'd like to just thank you very much for listening. Seriously though, I think the day's gone well so far, but it only takes one idiot to spoil it. So here goes. Firstly, on behalf of everyone here, I would like to thank John and Helen for getting us all here today, through the coach and whatever, and for making us all take the day off work.
Yeah.
Honestly, it is a great honour to be stood up here as best man at John and Helen's wedding. In front of you, wonderful people. Although, I do have the good fortune of actually having rehearsed this speech in front of a live audience. It was up at the old people's home actually, in Silverdale, I think. It went on quite well at the time. They all pissed themselves anyway. They do say that being the best man is a bit like making love to the Queen. It's a great privilege, but nobody wants to do it. Seriously though. When John asked me to be his best man, I was relieved and proud, to be honest. I mean, you're a fantastic friend, the best. And to be given the chance to stand up here in front of a crowd and dissect our relationship, our friendly relationship, in front of everyone is amazing. Because although we've only been friends for about probably a decade now, we've been through a lot together, and I can tell you, we're so glad that none of them are here today. But before I roast John, I'd like to take the opportunity to talk about them as a couple, really. And, Helen, well, I think you'll all agree she looks absolutely stunning today. As do our bridesmaid, your Yvette. But Helen, what can I say? I think I've known Helen since she was, God, that big. Long time. I remember when she used to go about the dummy. But hey, you've got John. No, serious. I've known her for years, from the times when she'd try and beat me on the horses around the mountain. Never did mine. To the more recent days of the skiing. But, hold on 2 seconds. Yeah. But John, I think you're a lucky man because Helen's special. And she's special because she doesn't want any kids. No, she doesn't want no kids at all. All she wants is a doggy do. And that's not a sexual fantasy.
Couldn't get in anyway.
I remember asking John, when was the first time you realised you loved Helen? And he said, oh Christ, that's easy. He said, I remember the first time she told me I was. Sorry, I got to. But what will married life mean to them both? I mean, I think, John, you're so lucky you leave here today with a beautiful, funny, loving, caring wife whose warmth is felt wherever she goes. To John, I think you're lucky too. No, sorry, to Helen, you're so lucky too. Oh yeah, I knew I'd talk about that. Helen, you're so lucky too, you leave here today with a beautiful dress and a bunch of flowers. Although, it has been said, she's been a bit stressed out lately. Only last weekend, while coming from the local point to point, we decided to call into the Green Lady and have a bit of food.
Oh, yeah.
John decided he liked to have the sausage and mash, which was a strange choice, but he said they don't like it. You know, sausage and mash, I'll have, he said. But before ordering, Ellen stood up and said, do you want chips with that or a jacket? Talk about a damn blonde.
He went sausage and mash. I went, yes, with chips and jacket.
We're going back to the dissecting about our sort of relationship, me and John as friends. I mean, my first impression of John was, what a bloody head case. What a head case. I remember watching my first game of rugby across the road here with him at Philly. Philly versus Bargoed it was at the time. And usual banter going on, you know, flipping, ref and all that, you know, but I remember then this back row from Bargoed got yellow carded. And John joining into the banter as he does, you know, he's quick with his humour, giving him a bit of chip. This guy walked over towards it, 6'12" he was. Wind your neck in, you Ricky. Wind your neck in, you Ricky, he said. I think he said Rick anyway. I'll punch your lights out. Well, at the time, John was fuming. Absolutely fuming. Flames coming from his nostrils, and I mean the big nostrils. I fought bigger than you flanker, he said. Yes, I thought, yes, I obviously had the part of him, and I thought, yes, this boy is an idiot. We should get on well together. But at the time, John was an executive chauffeur driver. I was impressed. I said, you driven any top stars around here? Oh, yeah, he's got a driven loads. He said, it was Freddie Starr. Oh, and Jimmy Savile. How about that then? Good with the kids, he was, he said. I said, driving these top celebs around, did you require any special training? Well, he asked me to go on a self-defense course, he did. But I don't need all that shit, he said. I'm from the park. What park you on about? He said, Lansbury Park. I had my first self-defense course when I was in nappies, man. But what confused me was his Welsh accent. Because he has got a Welsh accent, and you know he's not your normal Parker boy, really, is he? You know, but he was from the posh side, the West End. I suppose it's fair to say John has tried every sport over the years. To be honest, I mean, there's rugby. Well, cricket not playing that. It's like he's too old to play, like you know. Then we had a go at Skittles, and I still think the only strike he've ever had was in work. Then we moved on to the golf. Well, he kept disappearing in the trees so much, I think he thought he was playing hide and seek. That's true as well. I'm telling you about that. Then I got him interested in skiing. God, years ago. The first time we went skiing was to Austria, and I'm not kidding you, I think he had the fastest arse in Austria. And I wasn't in the bedroom. The second time we went skiing, the pilot found out John and Jinx was on board, and we made an emergency landing in the wrong bloody airport. Then a 6-hour traffic jam. But it wasn't all doom and gloom, because Wales did beat France that day to win a 2008 Grand Slam. Then we started the S2 karaoke business, didn't we? Less said about that, a bit. We had a few wild ones. I'm not kidding you. Fighting the school teachers is not easy, is it? Especially the retired ones. But I must say, through all of our adventures, none frightened me as much as the night we got invited down to John and Helen's to the Maxton Balti for a curry night. You know, it's a business meal it was, being, you know, us to karaoke. Fair play, great cook out, John, top notch. We had a lovely meal backed up with a shed full of wine. Ellen gazed across the table and said, I'm thinking about home, she said. Where can we go? I want to go somewhere I've never been before. John, with his sense of humour, quirked up. Why don't you try the kitchen? You might like it. But after a great meal and lots of wine, we moved into the lounge. Well,
oh, my family.
We were there. Relax, he said, chill out, you know, put your feet up, enjoy, you know, and which I did, you know, after we had a few sherbets and stretched out. I'm on the set. I looked at the back, and there, on the floor.
No.
It was an empty packet of golden root. Now, if you don't know what golden root is, it's a sexual enhancer. Now, I thought to myself, is he taking his friendship a bit too far? Or is he just planning a good night for Ellen? But he soon got deflated when Ellen screamed out, "You, John, you prat!" Well, it rhymed with prat anyway. I'd never seen John blush so much in my life. It was a special moment, but I'll never forget. But I never did. Oh no, obviously the happy couple here are planning a romantic night now. It's funny how people always offer advice on these occasions, and I always remember my father's advice to me about my wedding night. When you get your wife into the bedroom tonight, he said, chuck her your trousers and tell her to put them on, which I did. I can't wear those, she said. They're too big. Exactly, I said. I will. Then she threw her knickers at me. Put them on. I won't get into them, she said. He said.
You said?
Exactly. And you never will with that, huh? But I think we'll all look forward to the bride and groom's dance here tonight, the first dance, and I think I've got it sewn up really. I've been thinking about this all week, and I think I've just well summed it up what the record's going to be. I think it's going to be Graffiti on the Train by the Stereophonics. And I don't know if anybody knows this, but as you all know, some of you will realise, John has got a passion for trains. We know only somebody will get that.
Yeah, you.
That's but fat controller.
Well, to be honest, I think I've said quite enough. Giving John a roasting, which is after all the job it is. And so before I sit down, I would like to thank John and Helen for putting on this marvellous day, and to wish them all the luck in the world as they future years together as Mr. and Mrs. Lewis. And that the two mums, no longer with us, will be looking down and so proud of you both. Because marriage is not about finding the person you can live with, it's about finding the person you can't live without. And that's why this marriage is special. So please join me in a toast to John and Helen, to love, to laughter, and a happy ever after.
Well done, John.